Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red, who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade, as he told of bold battles and gold he had made. But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said, "Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead."
On the borders of Valkyrie's hold, the loyal sons and daughters of Skyrim, the Stormcloaks, moved down from the craggy hills and into the verdant clearings west of the river. With their prayers to Talos made, along with their respects to the other divines, they made ready to bring freedom from the Imperial lapdogs once and for all for those in the Reach. The Imperial spread out on the forest edge, the sight of the incoming Stormcloaks a surprise to them. They were not planning to deal with the traitors on this day. They were here to put a stop to a dark power emanating from an evil shrine of the Daedric Prince Azura. But now they would have to put a stop to the traitors Ingress as well. In Elder Scrolls, Call to Arms. The scenario that we'll be playing today is Battle Mode Scenario 2, called This Land Is Ours. We have a round limit of 6 and it can be used in any environment, though we're going to be playing in a wilderness environment today. Setup wise, you will deploy models on your deployment edges, adversaries go on the adversary spawn edges, and in the treasure quarters we'll have some treasure tokens placed. You'll see all of this at the start of our game. Special rules wise, we use adversaries and treasure special rules when the adversaries actually can begin the game spawned in on the treasure tokens. Victory conditions for this scenario: at the end of each battle round, if a party controls the treasure quarter by having more models in it than the opponent, they'll have 1 VP, and if you actually control your opponent's territory, you will have 3 VP given to you. In today's game, I'm going to be playing with the Stormcloaks. Now, to start with, first of all, I have drawn my quest, and I've got Snuff Out the Sect, which requires me to remove more than half of the enemy party's models. For my oaths today, I've gone with Drive Them Out, where my party will control a zone that was controlled by an enemy player at the beginning of the round, and Stronghold, not allowing any adversaries in my quarter at the end of the game. Now, moving on to my list. First of all, my force is going to be led by Ralof, Warrior of the Resistance. We have a longbow, glass arrows, potion of minor healing, and a potion of minor stamina, a Skyforged sword, Stormcloak cures, weak magic poison, and a weak vigor poison on him. Joining him as the party champion is Ystrald Thrice-Pierced, the Stormcloak commander. He has a potion of minor healing, a potion of minor stamina, a Skyforged war axe, Stormcloak officer cures, and an amulet of Arche there as well. Moving on to our followers, I have 2 Stormcloak soldier archers, a Stormcloak soldier dual-wielding swords, 3 Stormcloak soldiers with great swords, a Stormcloak soldier huntsman, a Stormcloak soldier shield bearer, and a Stormcloak soldier swordsman. Seamus has come along today and he's going to be playing with the Imperial Legion. For his quest, he's got the Invocation of Azura. This requires him to essentially place a token dead center of the table, and he needs to go up and perform special actions on it to complete his objective. Now, for quests and oaths now, he's gone for Drive Them Out as his first one, and then he's also gone for Excavate, where he has to dig up the closest treasure to the center of the table. Moving on to his units, Hadvar, Hero of Helgen, is his party champion, wearing Imperial armor with an Imperial shield, Imperial sword, and potion of minor healing. He then has an Imperial Mage spell sword with the Flame spell, Imperial light armor, Imperial sword, and potion of minor magicka. Joining these are his followers: 3 Imperial Soldier Archers, 3 Imperial Soldiers Heavy Armor, and 3 Imperial Soldiers with Swords and Shields. And so we are all deployed down on the table. You can see in the treasure zone we have all the treasure tokens placed. We even have a few Spriggans popping up to defend the treasure. For Seamus's quest, he's got his token down in the center. The only thing I've got to do with my quest is declare a target. I'll declare Hadvar as my target for it. Meanwhile, we do have everything deployed. I've got Ralof with one of the archers, the shield bearer, and a swordsman. I've then got my great sword wielding warriors with Ystrald, mostly because he reduces their stamina actions by 1, essentially meaning they're not cumbersome when they're near him. I've then got the Huntsman, Archer, and the dual-wielding swords up here. Meanwhile, for the Imperials, you have one of your heavy armor along with two sword and board, all three sword and boards, and then your Imperial battle mage. You've then got the rest of your fours, Hadvar, 2 heavy armors, and 3 archers up there. So, first activation, first round, we'll be going to the Imperials. But before that, we've got to roll to see the weather. Right, Seamus is going to roll for our wilderness rolls to see what we get. You got a 10. That is no additional special rules for this game. So that is cool. We won't have any. We won't need to roll for any. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. So, who are you activating first? Now, it is worth noting, the turn that Spriggans are actually deployed on the table, they're invisible. So, we won't see them until we go into their zone. They are invisible to us. At least for this round, anyway. They'll come out next round anyway. But, so, first activation. Alright, so to draw out the first Spriggan, Hadvar has moved up. You're going to throw a block on him. This will activate the Spriggan. Alright, so now time to see what the Spriggan will do to Hadvar. That is a helmet, so that is objective. So it will just sit where it is for now. So it'll be my first turn. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to send the red shirt in first. So we're going to move and put up a block with our shield bearer there for my first action. So, Seamus, if you would be so kind to roll for the Spriggan. What is our Spriggan doing? That is a move, so it will move directly towards me. Alright, so Spriggan attacking me. -1, that will just miss. Now, first time using the Spriggans, totally forgot that they had a shooting attack, so we will just resolve the one that would have shot Hadvar. And so, one attacking Hadvar needs a 3 and crit fails. So, now we're going into Imperial activation number 2. Alright, so the Imperial Archer here has moved up. It's going to take a shot at the Spriggan. Green, yellow, yellow can... No, it will crit fail. My next, I'm going to move in my Swordsman to attack the Spriggan. I will gain a green, and so then I'm going to Power Strike as well. Gain the green from outnumbering. So I'm now 3 yellow and a green attacking. 5 -2, that'll hit for 3, which actually gives me another green because of the helmet. So definitely hit. So 1 red for its save, saves 1, that won't be enough, that'll take it down. And killing that will be a septum to me. Alright, the next archer is going to move up and going to try and take a shot at the Spriggan as well. Green, yellow, yellow. Does he wish to spend a point of stamina to aim this time?
Yeah, we'll get us the point of stamina.
Cool, he's going to try and aim at that Spriggan. 5, that'll just hit for 2. And then a red. And it saves it. We're going to move up with the Huntsman, spending a point of stamina, and we'll then make a search action, and it's open. So we do still need to roll to see if it's trapped. So rolling to see if it's trapped, it is not. Which means my Huntsman will gain the Treasure Potion of Plentiful Stamina. And in an attempt to rid themselves of that Spriggan, they are going with their 3rd Imperial Archer. So
another stamina point for this
spending
one.
another stamina to try and... You hit this time. 2 points of damage again. So Spriggan saves cross sword, and so the Spriggan goes down and Seamus gains a septum. My next activation is a straight up move with my first Greatsword Warrior right down the center of the board. Alright, so your Imperial Soldier in heavy armor moves up. He's going to make a search action, so let's see what that treasure chest is. Gotta see whether you can unlock or break it. So he needs to try and break it. He's got 3, and that will not succeed. My Archie here is then going to move and take a shot at your Imperial Heavy Armored Soldier. I'm aiming, so I get a green. That'll be a hit for 2 points of damage. And so red for your armor. We'll save both parents. You've then got a move up the other side of the fence with your other heavy armored troop. Then going to go a move with my next Greatsword Warrior. So your last heavy armored troop, she will move up and she's going to throw up a block. Roloff will then spend a point of stamina to move, and then he's going to search treasure, and it's open again. Just got to see if it's trapped. And it is not. So treasure for Ralof. He gets the Ebony Greatsword of Embers. So you moved up an Imperial Soldier to try and activate the Spriggan. You're going to throw up a block after you do. What does the Spriggan do? That is going to be a move, so it's going to go directly into you and attack. And so the Spriggan will make a power attack into your Imperial Soldier. It'll hit for 4 points of damage with a helmet, which means that will be poison health as well. So first of all, your block test for your soldier. 2. He'll actually pass that. So yellow-red, you need to stop 4 points of damage. You stop 4. Just going to move my archer over as well after that. So your mage just moves up to the fence. Unfortunately, your soldier is still there, so you can't flame the Spriggan. I'm then going to move my dual sword Stormcloak up there. Seamus, your next move is going to be one of your sword and boards. Yep, going to go fight as well.
Yep.
Alright, so making an attack, you do get the bonus green dice in here now from outnumbering. That'll hit for 3. So it doesn't matter what I roll, and I didn't roll that, so piercing 1 ignores 1. I take 3 points of damage on the Spriggan, and it goes down. And then the end of the turn, just to wrap things up, I move my last greatsword and your Shroud up the center. Your last Imperial sword and board moves up as well, and this one can throw up a block as well. So we now go into the event phase. Alright, so Seamus draws a few words with you. Essentially, he needs to pick one of his characters to convince one of my characters that we're wrong. That's going to go real well. Or just simply kill me, but that's worth less VP. So this is essentially a stage 1 quest that Seamus will have. And so you've gone for Hadvar trying to talk to your Shroud. Probably a good idea, because if you even try to go near Ralof, he'll shoot you. 2 adversaries spawn in play from that as well. A Spriggan here and a Spriggan up the other top corner of what Seamus has placed. So with that, that is the end of round 1. VP wise, I'm going to control this quarter because you've got maybe 1, but I know I have 2. And then I've got 3 to your 2. We'll just measure up, see where those Imperials are in the middle there. So yeah, Seamus did only have a couple of models in there, so I do get the 2 VP at the end of the round. My first activation is going to be the Huntsman making a move, so he's within 10 inches of your Imperial Soldier in heavy armor there. Going to aim my shot at him. 7 -4, that'll take me under 3, and the cross swords mean I can roll an extra yellow for damage. Take me to 3. So red dice for your armor on the heavy armor, take 1. Imperial Soldier was not happy about that, so he's going to try and come in to do some fightings. It's a shame he's rolled, and unfortunately that's a critical failure on his soldier's part. So I'm going to go for a dual swing with my 2-handed swordsman after I've moved. Going for a power strike. That'll hit for 3. Make your save. Just your red, because you don't have a block up. 1. Helmet do anything?
No, I
No.
need Oblivion.
Damn. That's number 2. How many wounds does he have?
He's on 1.
He goes down. Alright, so your soldier comes up. Going to have a search. That is open, so you just need to roll the white dice just to see if it's trapped. It is not, so freely pick up a treasure card. And he will pick up the Ancient Nord War Axe. That'll actually complete Excavate as well for Seamus, getting him a victory point, which is one of his quests done. I'm just going to move your Shroud over next. Ralof has something he wants. Your Imperial Archer is then going to move up and take a shot at my Huntsman over here. So, yep, going to aim. Will that? Oh, yeah, that'll easily do it for 2. Save 1, so I take a wound on my Huntsman. So yeah, Ralof moves over, and then we're going to spend an action to hand over the Ebony Greatsword of Embers to your Shroud, because he can actually use it. Next Imperial Archer is going to try and come fight my Huntsman. Are you good enough to take me out? 3, that'll do it. So I've got a single yellow dice to save with. Save 1 and a helmet. The Huntsman will take another wound. He's got 1 left. So next, you know what? You're shooting me. Maybe I shoot you back. My Archer will aim red-green, so that'll hit for 2. And so yellow on your shield dice. 1 takes a wound. Your last Imperial Archer is going to come try and shoot the Huntsman. Can you hit me? No, you miss. I've learnt from having 2 near scrapes that I need to duck behind the tree. My archer's then going to move to the front, and I'm going to shoot your closest archer back. And, ooh, 4. I'll miss my shot by 1 there, as he's only agility 3. Your Imperial Mage will then move up into the center. The Swordsman will then move up next to the Archer. Swordsman's going to make a move, and I'm assuming he's throwing up a block when he does so. I'm going to charge him with a Stormcloak, having to roll pure number here, and crit you. So that is a black die. There's 4 points of damage. I mean, the helm technically adds in the green as well. I mean, not going to need more, but that's 4 points of damage you're going to have to try and save. First of all, a block test. So block test passes. So that saves 4. Saved all the damage. Wow. You're going to charge in. You gain the green dice for outnumbering as well. So no critical fail, but you did gain back a point of stamina. So come in. I am not going to outnumber this fighter as you do have friendlies in there. So straight dice, critical fail this time. Your heavy infantry will move up. She's going to throw up a block after she does so. My last fighter comes into the fray there. Next activations, Hadvar moved up and threw up a block, as did my shield bearer. Your last one is the Imperial heavy soldier, who's going to roll to try and crack open the chest and fails. Both adversaries will activate, so I'll roll for the Spriggan down here to see what it does. Cross swords is attack, so it's going to try and move. So the Spriggan will shoot the soldier, but it's an area effect too, so it will try and hit both. But critical fails, which is important. So the Spriggan up the top, what are we going to get? Helmet, that is going to be a objective, so it's going to move, yeah. So we'll go towards the nearest treasure token. Yep. And make an attack if it gets in range of someone, so which will be your heavy soldier, which will be a ranged attack. So, critical fail. Oh, that's so lucky, because all your dudes are bunched up. Alrighty, so that is the end. So we've got the event phase now, which is unwanted attention. Something's got the creatures of this foul place rolled up. All adversaries in play immediately activate again if so able. So let's do this again. We'll roll to see what this Spriggan does. Oblivion symbol, that is an attack, so it will move into combat range, which actually is good. So this Spriggan will aim into my Stormcloak soldier. And will crit me, so it's a black dice in there as well. So there's absolutely nothing my swordsman can do about that. 6 damage just wipes them out. No point even rolling for armor. Seamus will roll to see what the Spriggan in him does. That is move, so it will move into contact with the closest enemy. Spriggan up there is going to power attack. So critical fail, the exact opposite. And there was 3 adversaries coming to play, but we've only got 1 left in the spawn pool, so I'll place it. And so we bring the Spriggan on there. We've just got to count up objectives. So end of rounds. Seamus with the Imperial is actually going to outnumber me here because Rayloff moving out, and none of these fighters are actually in. They're all in my territory. And you score that. So you score 2, which does take you to 5 VP. So if you wish to level someone up, you can. And you're going to level Hadvar up. Today's game is played on the fantastic battle mats from our longtime supporters, Mithras Games. Top quality battle mats from New Zealand that have a variety of different designs that can suit almost any battlefield you could imagine. Alright, so first activation of round 3. Hadvar is going to move up into the fight. You will get the outnumber bonus now. Hadvar is power attacking as well as outnumber, so she's got quite a bit of bonus in here. That'll hit for 5. So yellow, I save 1, and I go down. So your Shroud is going to power attack into this poor Imperial soldier with his Ebony Greatsword of Embers. 10 minus 5, I think I'll still hit with him. So that is 8 damage. No matter what you roll there, you're dead. Your Shroud with his... Totally realised that his Shroud was facing it the wrong way. Either way, he still hit, so it didn't change anything. Alright, so next up, you've just moved this Imperial soldier here, but you're going to activate the shrine in the centre of the table once, so that is partway to completing your quest. Your mage is going to go in and do the second. So Hadvar's already gone. This guy hasn't, so we're going to charge into him. I'm going to go in with my Stormcloak soldier. He's going to aim into your soldier there. 7 minus 2, that will not. I do get follow-up from cross sword, so I've got a second attack. Now, I am going to go and aim again, because aims only cost me 1 when your Stroud is near. He stops my stamina boost with cumbersome, costing 2. That will hit for 1, plus a helmet. And you saved the point of damage you did, so nothing there. Right, so your heavy infantry comes in. Will crit. So black dice in there as well. Crit.
Oh, and a...
So I need to roll a 2 for defense, because 4 plus piercing of 1. That's ignored by the piercing and will take me down. We're going to swing at your heavy armor with a power attack. So that'll hit for 6. And so, see what you can save with the 6. You take 3. How many wounds does it have? 2. So it goes down on the greatsword. Right, so your first archer is going to shoot my dual-wielding swordsman. 3, 4 will hit for 1. And so armor, nothing. I do take the 1. And so after that shot, you do move down. So first of my dual-wielding strike will be a hit for 3. Do you save anything? You save 1, take 2. I think that just takes you out. Cool. So you're just going to, with your Imperial soldier in the middle, do your last one for the Shrine of Azura and complete your quest. My archer's going to make a shot at the Spriggan here. You have an aim. That will miss. And then we're going to move, so we're outside of 6, so it's not activating on me directly. So your Imperial heavy armored troop is going to attack the Spriggan with a crit fail, which means the Spriggan will activate back. Assuming you're going to throw up a block. Yep. So the Spriggan will strike back with a power attack and will critical fail as well. So my huntsman is going to come over and he's going to hide because he actually is past the shadow. Alright, so your first archer is going to go into my archer here. So that'll 5, that'll miss. And then just after that, you're just going to move up behind the fence to give yourself a little protection. I've got my archer here to go. My other archer is going to come over here, and we're going to go behind it. We're going to shoot your Imperial Mage for a crit fail. Now your other archer is going to follow me and take a shot in my back, or at least try. Aiming, I'm assuming? Yes. Yep, so 3, so I can save that. So yellow defense, 1. The shield bearer is going to go in, and we're going to do an aimed attack into the Spriggan here. Will do nothing. The Spriggan will punch me back. Will hit me for 3. So I've got a yellow dice in response. 1. Right, so now I've got to take a test to see if I resist. I do. I won't die. I'll resist the poison. So we now have our adversary's face. So we've got 1 Spriggan over here to activate. That is an Oblivion symbol. Will be an attack, so it'll move towards the nearest enemy, which I'm pretty sure will be this. And we'll make a ranged attack here, which means it probably will hit my other dudes. So green, yellow, yellow. Can't aim, because it did have to move 9. So critical fail, thank God. And the event will go, which is yours. Kind Sacred Trials. At least 1 adversary in play or in the spawn pool. Choose 1 adversary model in play or in the spawn pool. Chosen model must be a beast if any are present, which they all are. Remove that as a casualty at the end of the game. And so you're going to choose the Spriggan up the top, mostly so I can't steal the kill and get those victory points. So we are then going to go to scoring. That one is contested. We've got 3 each in it. However, I do control this one, so a point for the Stormcloaks, not Stormcast, wrong game. And so end of the round, because I control this zone that Seamus did, I'll now get my drive them out oath complete. Seamus actually did score that last round. That will give me enough VP to level up both your Shroud and Rayloff, and give you enough VP to level up your Imperial Mage as well. So I'm going to do both my level ups, and Seamus will do his level up as well. So all characters on the table are leveled up. So your Shroud is going to go into Hadvar. We are going to swing. That will hit for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so Hadvar, roll your black dice. Let's see what you get. There's a helmet, so you stop 1. How much can you stop here though? 1, 2. That means he takes 5 damage and will knock him down. So now you need to make a death save, essentially. So, stamina check.
No.
That is a fail. That is Hadvar down.
No persuasion.
So the mage is then just going to cast Flames at your Shroud. That'll hit for 3 helmets. Do anything? So I need to stop 3. I stopped 3 straight out. And so with Hadvar down as well, I totally noticed I completed Snuff Out the Sect, which was my quest. So that has been completed. So we'll gain the points for that. My Huntsman next is going to move out. I'm going to shoot your Imperial Soldier here. That will hit for 3 plus a helmet. So let's see what you can get. That is 1. That is not enough. That will take you out with the sneak attack. And so your sword and board moves in. Going to attack your Shroud. Let's see what you can get. That is a critical fail. Now something interesting here. You're within 6. The Spriggan's going to activate. It's likely going to go for me with an Oblivion Seal. It'll attack. And that is actually the Archer that's closer.
Yes.
And then the Spriggan will power attack my Archer. Will hit for just 1, so I can save this, and I save it. We're going to power attack next after moving our Stormcloaks Soldier with Greatsword. So we're on flat dice, and that is a 2 and a hit for 3. Hit your Imperial Mage for 3. He has Imperial Light Armor. Stops 1, takes 2. One of your archers here, the one closest, is going to go into my dual swords and will hit for 1. Yell, and I save it. The Spriggan will power attack your soldier after being activated as well. Will hit for 2. And so 1 red. Let's see what we can do. Stop 1, take 1.
Yep.
Do the stamina check now for you because it will just... Which passes means you're no longer poisoned. My archer will then shoot the archer that didn't shoot. We have an aim, and that'll be a crit for 1, 2, 3 plus helmet. So 3 to save, and you save 2, so he takes a wound as well. Helmet actually gives you another yellow, and you save it all with that. Nice. So returning fire with your archer will hit.
And
Armor. 1, you ignore that with piercing, which means I take 3, and that will take my archer out. Rayloff's actually going to drop his bow, draw his sword. He has to do this for free, and then he's going to make an attack against the Imperial Soldier with a power attack. And I need the white dice in there too, that would help. Okay, cool, that definitely helps. And because there's a helmet, it is another damage as well, so that puts it beyond, and that is your soldier gone. Your heavy armored soldier up the top is going to go. That will hit for 5. There's nothing the Spriggan can do about that, so he will go down. So you've run into my dual sword to stop him just running over and scoring your home territory. So I get a crit with him as I hit you though. 4, 5 helmets. So 5 damage, 2, that gives you 3, and that will take him out as well. Alrighty, so my Huntsman has come over. I'm going to shoot your archer here. So the Huntsman's doing a sneak shot. That's crit. I'm just going to do the +1 damage because that takes it to 6, because even with the barricade, that will put it at too much to save. Then we just have a few things to wrap up for me. I've got my swordsman down here and my archer over here. So my swordsman into a Spriggan. Won't actually hit, so the Spriggan will punch me back with the exact same. Will hit me for 3, so yellow. I've got a shield test as well, which I failed, so I take 2, which will actually take down my shield bearer. So I'm going to let you do an attack of opportunity with this Spriggan as my archer disengages and misses, luckily. So that's going to let my archer do a free shot, and he's going to shoot your last archer then. I am only yellow at this range, so I'm going to aim. Hit for 1. It's 2 yellow, so you should be able to stop this, and you do. And so with that, we are going to call the game here, just because your Imperial Mage is not getting out of that alive. All the Spriggans have now activated as well, so there's not much you can do. I'm going to score another 3. You don't score, but then I score down here as well, so it'll be well into the realm of impossibility for the Imperials. So that is game. Thank you very much, man. Victory to the Stormcloaks.